Hey y'all, it's another What's for Dinner. So this week, I think the only week I didn't cook was Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure. You'll see when I edit the video. But one night this week we had Chinese food and I cooked all the other nights. Again, simple, family friendly, easy meals. So let me share them with you. So I'm just getting these two. I'm getting the water and the butter going right now. And then I'm going to get these two in the pot. This is going to be our side. And right boil in the oven. And we're going to have steak and the nor rice sides. On my steak, I had it marinating all day in the fridge with these two seasonings and some Worcestershire sauce. And so it marinated all day in the fridge. And it smells amazing. So I cannot wait to cut into it. There's my husband's delicious plate with the rice and the steak. And he did get pasta for the baby. Okay, so in this bowl, I have some chicken thawing. I threw in some cilantro, lime seasoning, lime juice, avocado oil, the dried minced onions and some garlic powder and a little bit of black pepper. So while I fill this up with water and this thaws, it's going to marinate in that seasoning that I have for tonight's dinner. I'm going to do a Tex-Mex style chicken bake, I guess. It's all literally, I am just throwing stuff together, no recipe. In my pan, I have 1.5 cups rice. I am about to add some frozen diced onions. The only bit that I have, I know it's not a lot, but you know what, it'll be fine. And I'm going to add a little bit of diced garlic to this. Okay, so there is the garlic, and I'm going to mix this all together and add a can of Rotel. The only Rotel I have is some that I can myself. So okay, so to the rice, I added my Rotel and I added a little bit of cilantro lime seasoning into this to go kind of with the flavors of the chicken. So right now I'm boiling some water and I'm going to add some boiled water and to my chicken base to make like a chicken broth to go in here. Instead of chicken broth, I actually decided I'm gonna make like a vegetable broth using this. I'm just gonna add 1.5 cups water to a scoop of this and turn vegetable broth. I think it'll add more flavor. I added in 1.5 cups of vegetable broth, and now I'm adding in 1 3/4 cup water. And I'm gonna give this all a quick stir. I am shaking in some black pepper, just, you know, because I like adding black pepper to my food. So I have my chicken in with my rice mixture. I know it doesn't look that amazing. I apologize. I am following another recipe for baked chicken and rice. The only thing that is different is the flavor combination. Otherwise, the amounts of liquid, chicken, everything is the same. Just the seasoning is different. That's it. So instead of like salt, pepper, garlic powder, I use cilantro, lime powder seasoning. That is the only thing that is different. So there we go. The chicken, rice, everything is cooked. I was supposed to cover it with foil, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't have any foil, so I didn't. So here's to hoping it all turned out good. I'm debating putting some cheese on top of the chicken and putting it back in the oven. I'm not sure. I will let you guys know in a minute if I do that. I also made like a, I don't know, I guess like a drizzly sauce with some avocado oil, a little bit of butter, and the same seasonings I used on the chicken. I guess just to kind of like drizzle over the chicken or whatever if we wanted to. I mean, if we don't use it, it's not like I made a ton of it. So, yeah. Go ahead and add cheese. And this is it. A little Tex-Mex chicken bake. Okay, so for tonight's dinner, we're doing another banquet meal because, you know what? I wanted to do something easy. So, this is the creamy chicken and mashed potato biscuits. Its suggestion on the side is to add a cup of mixed vegetables. And guess what? I'm gonna do that. Add the potatoes in 1.5 cups hot water. That's half a cup. Let me get a full cup and then I'm gonna mix it together. Okay, and there's the 1.5 cups of hot water. And we're gonna mix our potatoes with the hot water. Okay, so here we go. There's the creamy home style chicken stuff. Oops, sorry, there you go. And here's my 1 cup of mixed veggies. I'm gonna mix these all up. and then pour them right on top of the potatoes. Okay, so I have the veggies mixed in with the chicken gravy from the can. Mix it all together, threw it on top of the potatoes. Now all I gotta do is make the biscuits and get those put on top. Okay, so I actually really enjoyed how the last recipe said to make the biscuits with half a cup of sour cream and 1 egg. They tasted really good, so I'm actually gonna also make the biscuits that same way. It's kind of hard to mix with one hand while I'm filming. There we go, biscuits on. And I am gonna top the biscuits with cheese because I do think that would be really yummy. Here we go, all topped with cheese. And now I gotta get it into the oven at 400 for 30 minutes. I apologize, I thought I was recording and apparently dingbat me didn't ever press record. So let me explain what I cooked for dinner. So I had a bag of frozen chicken tenderloins with teriyaki sauce in my freezer. So I thawed those out today. Okay. And let me show you. So I pulled all the chicken tenderloins out and I browned them in my pan. Then I poured more teriyaki sauce in my pan with some mixed veggies and put the chicken back. And now it's just, I did not have stir fry veggies. I just had a bag of mixed veggies. So I put like 1 1/3 cup of mixed veggies in there, you know, till it looked good enough. I do have rice going in my pot. So yeah, I'll just plate it up whenever it's done and my husband gets home. But I essentially made a teriyaki chicken and rice with mixed veggies. I did plan on doing a veggie fried rice. However, I forgot to make my rice this morning. So you want to know what happened? Didn't have it. We're just having white rice. I'm gonna throw the chicken and veggie and teriyaki sauce on top of that. And that'll be dinner. So today got away from me. And there's dinner. Tonight's dinner is just going to be some simple spaghetti with some meat sauce. So to my pot, I've got a pound of ground beef. I don't have any fresh minced or frozen minced onions, so I'm just going to use these dried minced onions. This spaghetti Italian seasoning. And some garlic powder and black pepper. So I'm gonna get those in here. I'll throw in some parsley, dried parsley, just a little extra. So I'm gonna brown this up. Once I have this browned up, I'm gonna add in a can of diced tomatoes, some red wine, but we'll get there when we get there. And a can of diced tomatoes, and now I'm just gonna stir it all in. There's some red wine. I don't really measure it. I just pour it in. And that's usually, it works for me. So I'm adding 2 of these. I've got 1 mixed in and I'm gonna add a second one right now. Now that it's all mixed up, I am just going to let it simmer till it's time to put it over the pasta. I don't know if you can see my noodles. Look how cute they are. This is what they're called. I found this pack at Harris Teeter, but if you can find this, this is the type of noodle it is. Super excited. So I'm only doing 1 pack tonight. You guys know I usually always do 2 packs when I cook pasta, but since it's a Friday, I'm not worried about needing leftover noodles for lunches the next day. So 1 pack. Look how long one noodle is, like super long. Okay, so the noodles are done. Just have a little bit of butter on them. They look like giant ramen noodles. And there's dinner. Hold on, I gotta get a fork. So tonight for dinner, we are having hamburger helper. Rounding up my ground beef right now. Add some dried diced onions to the meat while it cooks. I'm going to throw in a little bit of garlic in here in just a minute and get it cooked up. And a jar of homemade rotel because, as you guys know, I am always adding extra to my hamburger helpers. I will also be adding this to my hamburger helper. I've got those sidekick beans mixed in, and now we're going to mix in everything else. Mix in the rice. Now the water and the milk need to go in next. Water in. Now it's going to cook for 20 minutes. As you see, we got some of the chips in there that came with it, some cheese, and some of this zesty ranch. And that's dinner.